You can come to the UK. It's real. It's free.
Yeah.
It's reliable. Nigeria just made a statement that kind of caught my attention, and I decided to elaborate on that.
Yeah.
So most people really don't know about this pathway to the UK.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you in my beautiful family. In today's video, I've brought somebody very, very special, someone who is a professional, someone that
Yeah.
once you go to her channel, like you will see everywhere, anywhere you want to jackpot to, like anywhere you want to migrate to, she is there. So which is why I have brought her to my channel today, because I know a lot of people have been asking me, Fajira, how can we migrate to the UK without Ielts? Because of the rate at which people are failing Ielts now is really, really high. So today I've got beautiful Clara on my channel. She's going to be talking about the seasonal worker visa and where you can look for jobs that whenever you migrate to the UK this 2023 without having to sit for IELTS. So over to you, Clara.
Hi, Fajiria. Thank you
Hi.
so much for having me here on your channel. It feels like I've been given such a big award to be here today. So, as you've heard from her already, this particular pathway to the UK is called the Seasonal Worker Visa, otherwise known as a temporary visa. That is, you are moving to the UK to work in the horticulture, to work on the farm. With this particular pathway to the UK, you do not need IELTS. I know most of you will be so excited to hear this. Like she said, a lot of people have been struggling with achieving the band score that was stated by the UK government. But with this temporary pathway to the UK, you do not need IELTS at all. So that is scrapped out. Neither do you need experience. Now, this
Yeah.
is where people get it wrong. Most people feel like before you come into the UK to work on the farm and to do this job, you need experience. No, from my experience and from my research,
Yeah.
most companies are willing to hire those even without any knowledge in the farming job, and training
Wow.
will be provided to you. This is because you're coming into the UK not to do like a proper farming job, but to work as the laborer. That is, you're coming to pick egg, you're coming to pick seed, and the rest. So, guess what? You don't need any experience to
Wow.
do that. Also, from my research, accommodation is being provided with this visa pathway. That is, most companies recruiting international applicants know for a fact that these people are coming into the UK to do this job. Yes, they will need a roof over their head. So most companies always provide either backpack or accommodation for their applicants. And guys, the next question would be like, Clara, how long would this visa last for? From the name, you could already tell this is a temporary pathway to the UK. That is, you're moving to the UK to work on the farm, to do this horticulture job, to work as a poultry laborer and the rest, but you are only to stay for about 6 months. And
Wow.
if a company wants to extend your stay, it shouldn't be more than a year max. If you go on the UK government website, you will see where it's stated how long you can stay. It says 3 months to a year max. Most of you now will be like, Clara, why would I want to come into the UK? Then after a year, I will return back home. This comes with a lot of benefits. Even though you are going to be staying here for a short period of while, it comes with a lot of benefits, such as accommodation will be provided, like I already stated. That alone has released you off the burden of sorting for accommodation. The accommodation issue in the UK now is not funny. A lot of people are struggling to get accommodation. Even some of us here that have been here for so long are still struggling to get a proper accommodation. So that alone is such a huge benefit. And also, financial support is being provided. Yes, with this kind of job, you are mostly to be given the very minimum wages, but financial support aside your minimum wages are also provided. Thereby, you are given 1,000 t-pence to come into the UK to do this job. Yes, it's been stated there. Now, Another question some of you would be asking is, Clara, is proof of fund needed for this visa type? Proof of fund is not needed
Yeah.
because once you successfully get a company willing to sponsor you into the UK to come and work on their farm, in their organization, they take off the burden by proving the fund for you, by applying for your visa for you. So I also call it a free pathway to the UK. Firstly, your application is free. Secondly, you're coming into the UK, you're not paying a dime for your visa. And if you really want to move to the UK, like you want to experience the UK, and you are not seeing a company to prove this fund for you, but are willing to give you a job offer, then you can prove it yourself by paying £259. Guys, I believe
Wow.
anybody can sort out for this money. Anybody, if it's your dream to move to the UK, can sort out for this money. I know most of you will get me there by saying, Clara, if it's your dream to move to the UK, that is because you could switch your visa type with this. Yes, you can switch your visa type. This is all stated. I would be leaving Fajira with the links where this was stated, because I like to come here and I like to give the right details. Okay, so you can hold me accountable, and I get all of my information from the UK government website directly. So you can switch your visa if you are so lucky enough.
Wow.
You can use that means to start looking for another way to stay into the UK for longer. This visa type is called the Tier 5 visa, and if you've been on the journey in relocating to the UK, you already know what the Tier 5 visa is. You must have had testimony of people coming into the UK with this Tier 5 visa, and you must have come across one or two persons that say they switch to the Tier 2 visa. Yes. So this shows reason why I said, although when people hear the temporary pathway to the UK, they might be discouraged, but the truth is that there is a lot more benefit coming to the UK with this. Firstly, this gives you like a stand, a ground in the UK. So when you come here, it's not like you're already back home thinking of how you even start. Once you get this, you can decide if you want to stay in the UK, if UK is for you or not. And I feel like most people that come through this pathway are much more luckier than even those that come with the 5-year visa, 4-year visa. This is because you are not tied to any employer. So no employer is holding you on your neck to say, you must finish your contract with us, you must do that with us before you leave the UK. Like I said, UK is not for everybody. So with this pathway, it gives you an opportunity to experience UK first and to decide. So the decision is left to you, not your employer. So it comes with lots of stages, depending on how long you want to stay. Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? So for those who are very highly experienced, that is for the professional farmers, you can stay for a year, and you can even be employed by the company to stay very long, stay under this visa type. So guys, I believe this is a very good opportunity to migrate to the UK.
Oh, thank you so much, Clara, for this clarification, because I'm very much aware that a lot of people do not really know the difference between the temporary worker visa, the seasonal worker visa, and the charity worker visa. But with what you have said in this video, I'm sure a lot of people viewing this video will be more clear about this pathway to move to the UK. Guys, if you have been watching this video till now, please do give it a like. Also share with your friends and loved ones, and also do subscribe to Clara's channel. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below so you can follow her. You will benefit a lot from her channel. So before we come to the end of this video, I know a lot of people have listened to what you have said, and some will be asking, okay, she's talking about this visa and she's talking about this easier pathway without Ielts to the UK. Now, how can I find a job that will enable me to apply for this visa? So please, Clara, can you just let my audience know and our viewers know how they can easily search for these jobs and where to find them and how to go about it for them to be able to apply for the seasonal worker visa?
Yeah, so before I tell you ways to look for this job, I just want to add some things. So Fajiria just made a statement that kind of caught my attention, and I decided to elaborate on that. So most people really don't know about this pathway to the UK. This is because they don't know the difference between the charity, the seasonal worker visa. So with the charity visa, you won't be paid. You wouldn't be paid at all. But with the temporary visa, you are to be paid £18,720. That is the salary threshold. Okay, that is more than enough. Even some of us here, we still earn that. Okay, so that is more than enough. So even though you decide to stay for maybe 6 months, you are and you want to move back to your own country, at least you are going home with something. So you can use it as a means of just coming to the UK to also to work. So talking about where you could find this job. You could find this job using the popular websites we all know about. If you've been on this journey in migrating to the UK, you could use Indeed. But the one I love the most is called Find a Job, which I believe is the legal UK government website in finding jobs here. So with this website, you already have categories on how to search for the seasonal worker job. In the sense, there's already layouts on which company is recruiting, and you could also use the tier 2 sponsor list. So when you go to find a job, all you need to do is put the keyword seasonal worker visa, and immediately you will see companies, firms. As a matter of fact, Nigeria, there is a particular video I made last year about a company recruiting. They're recruiting engineers to come into their company to work. It's a farming company. So this particular company wasn't looking for farm laborers, but they were looking for engineers in Northern Ireland here to come through the seasonal visa. I talk about this, and truth be told, 2 people from Africa, one from Nigeria, the other one I don't know, they are in Northern Ireland now. The person that shared me this was a church member of mine. And he came to me that, Clara, can you believe 2 people are here? I said, oh, can I speak to them? They're like, is this Clara? We got the information from your, So I am saying this to let you guys know that this is a real opportunity to come to the UK. You can come to the UK. It's real. It's free. It's reliable. In fact, it's the easiest means. However, this pathway is only opened from November 15th of every year. Taking for instance, this year, 2023, you can only start the application of your visa, take this keyword, of your visa, November 15th. However, you can start applying for jobs now. You can start looking for companies to sponsor you now. We all know the truth is that it takes time to get sponsorship, to get companies. So start the processes now. Start looking for them. You don't need to gather any document like care certificate or whatever certificate. No, just start looking for them. Start looking for them. So when it's November, these people will apply for your visa. It's May already, so we have few more months to November. So this is the right time to start the processes now, and this is a good opportunity I always talk about. If you ask me which is the easiest pathway to move to the UK, I would just say the temporary visa. This is because most companies know that if they tell you to prove the phone, you can easily do that. Unlike the care visa, whereby most people are waiting for the company to do all the processes for them, which takes a lot of money, okay? But with the temporary visa, it's just as simple as ABC. And I could testify that I already know 2 people here, I'm saying this, that have come to the UK with this visa pathway. And this is because there is no competition at all. Lots of you don't know about this. So a lot of people applying for this visa right now is very few. So no competition at all. Millions of people are not trying to get a job at the same time. So once you send in your application, you stand a chance to get the job.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clara. And like you all heard from her, this seasonal worker visa is not the one that everybody's looking at, like the care worker visa. So the competition is not really high, which I would advise that this is the best time, like Clara said, to start searching for jobs. Like we know, getting a job in the UK is not easy, but the earlier you start, the better for you. So what I'm going to do, I'll get the link of Clara and I will leave it in the description box so you can spend enough time to search for jobs that can sponsor you on the seasonal worker visa to the UK. And like you know, you don't need IELTS, you don't need proof of funds.
That's the
And
best.
in
That's the
most
best part.
cases, exactly,
No,
you can imagine. Like I shared a video. The IELTS price has increased this May. It started on the 1st of May. So imagine going to pay about over 100,000 in naira for your IELTS. This you don't have to pay. All you need is your international passport. So which I would advise that if you don't have your international passport, man, you have to start sorting for it right now, because you can't move out of the country without a valid international passport. So thank you so much, Clara, for coming to my channel to let my viewers know about this great opportunity. I really do appreciate it. And guys, like I said, Clara has got lots of useful content on her channel, which I'm definitely going to leave her link in the description box below. Do check her out and follow her as well, so you can also testify as well. We've actually come to the end of this video, guys, and if you find this video helpful, do like, also share with your friends and loved ones. Someone may benefit from it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you right in our next video. Bye bye for now.